We're going to do something a little bit different for the midweek market wrap up, and I'm going to focus again on a sector. I did it on gold on Monday, and I'm going to do it on the energy sector today. The reason I'm doing this as opposed to a whole market breakdown, as I'll show you real quickly, the whole market isn't really doing much. So I really want to focus in on individual sectors when the market's like this, and it's my channel, so I'll do whatever I want. So without further ado, let's hop into it. I'll move this guy over here, and we're going to talk about XLE. You can see the monthly chart down here because this continues to pop up on the relative strength scanners I have right here. So I wanted to start here with a monthly view right away. And the idea behind this monthly view, I should move that instead of that, is simply that we've been building this base for a long time, right? So I always like to start out with a really wide view, and we're building this base and we're doing so above this area right here. So we've been building this base for the monthly chart for a while after this big push up. This is, if anyone remembers, this is when oil went negative. So it's been a while that we've bounced off that low and we've just kind of been chopping sideways. And I say this all the time, in bull markets, you generally see when they start to sell the winners du jour, the NVIDIAs and SMCIs, when that trade ends, which at some point it definitely will, they look for places to rotate into. And energy seems to be one of those. If we go into the weekly chart, this area that I've drawn out, you can see where these prior highs back here that we were talking about just a second ago, we bounced off those a handful of times, and now we're up, not nearly as much as the overall market, but we're up quite a bit in a couple weeks in a row. You can see all the key moving averages here. I don't use moving averages too much, but it's a good way to just show that, okay, a lot of the resistance is out of the way. If I anchor a VWAP from kind of this level right here, you can see we're above that. We got above that last week. So a lot of this resistance we are now above and holding strong. And then I'm going to go into the daily chart and kind of show what I'm really looking at. So that's that same anchored VWAP, anchored from this prior high right here. But if we take a look at this zone right in this area right here, you can see that we finally broke out, and that's this high back here, kind of around these highs back here. Let's actually just draw in another one to kind of encapsulate everything. These highs right here, this high right here, we're trying to break out today. We gapped up and we sold off a little bit, but this whole zone seems like a very interesting zone to me. Now, I'm not a big pattern guy, but I like the idea of that, in which we have this low right here, then this low right here, and then potentially this low right here. So we have all of these things going on right at this area. So potentially cup and handle type looking pattern on, or sorry, head and shoulders type pattern on XLE. So keep an eye out. If I'm right, then we're going to potentially have a breakout and a move higher on XLE or the energy sector. So it means, what do I do with that, right? When I know, or I have an idea that I'm interested in a sector, you could just trade the sector. You could trade a leveraged vehicle on this sector. For me, I'm going to spend some time going under the hood, and I'm going to look for some individual names if XLE holds here, some individual energy names that look strong as well. So as always, make sure you're going to statsedgetrading.com, sign up for the email list. If I find anything on Thursday, I'll email that out to you guys, again, completely for free. So sign up there. And I will talk to you guys soon.